for this week's episode of Road to Criterion Complete. I only picked up one title this week, and that was Caro Station, spine number 1273. This is the 1958 Egyptian film that is newly released from the Criterion Collection. This only got a Blu-ray DVD release, not a 4K, which I thought was kind of odd. Again, Criterion has been known to do that. Some of their new releases are only getting Blu-ray and DVD releases, not 4K releases. And then some of their films get 4K and Blu-ray only, no DVD release. And I want to say it's Nightmare Alley coming out. Guillermo del Toro's Nightmare Alley, the remake coming out in October from Criterion, is only getting a 4K release. I only got this one title this week. And this week, actually, there was only this title being released. There was no other films released this week and no other reprintings. And by reprintings, I mean films that were already in the collection that got a upgrade to Blu-ray or 4K. So this is kind of a slow week this week. I know next week we will be getting some more films coming out. I want to say 2 next week, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, coming soon. Yeah, they still haven't released November's titles yet. We do have some October's titles released. Nothing for November. But for next week, we do have 2 films coming out. Actually 3 films, but only 2 actual cases. One is a dual copy, a box set with 2 films in one set, and the other is just a singular film. So next week we'll have a couple more films to add to the collection. This week we only have one, which I am actually looking forward to watching this one. This is, I think this might be the first film, the first Egyptian film to come out in the collection. Don't quote me on that. I'm actually kind of curious. I noticed that was in Arabic with English subtitles, and it is kind of weird, but I always kind of get really excited when I add a new language or new film of another language to the collection. I do love collecting foreign films. I not only have films from the Criterion Collection, but I actually have a whole section of foreign films in my personal. This is only part of my collection. I have a couple more walls over there. So I've been collecting foreign films for years, and I don't know why I always kind of love collecting foreign films. I feel like there's something like unique about them. Like there's something like, again, in collecting, I know there's a bunch of, we're a little sidetracked video, in the whole thing with, especially the last couple of years with streaming, you can just stream everything. And I've always loved collecting films since I was a kid, and kind of getting into collecting more obscure films was something I kind of got really heavy in over the past couple of years. And that was like one of those things, was collecting films that you probably couldn't stream anywhere, and a lot of foreign films you can't stream. So that was something I kind of really dived deep into for a while. That's actually kind of interesting. So I'm actually looking up now to see, is that the first film from Egypt? First Egyptian film. Damn, I was right. That's crazy. I was right. This is the first Egyptian film in the collection. Which is kind of crazy, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. The funny part, actually, the funny part of me noticing that just by reading the back of it and seeing that it was in Arabic and that it was an Egyptian film, that I thought this was my first film in the collection from Egypt, but I wasn't sure, and I looked it up, and this is actually the first film in the Criterion Collection from Egypt. So that's actually a really cool milestone. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. I'll probably have a review up of the film sometime this week or next week. Hoping to get this one in the next couple of days. So that's all I have for this week. And as always, hit that subscribe button for new content daily. We're putting out a couple new series alongside the series that we're already doing, such as the Director Series. Of course, we do movie reviews. We have the Road to Criterion Complete, which each week we upload a new video just kind of talking about the films that I've gotten for the Criterion Collection on my journey to becoming Criterion Complete. My first entry I did about a month ago. I've been on the journey for about a year now, a little over a year. The first entry I did about a month ago was like late July, mid-July. I got a huge order from Criterion, one line from Barnes & Noble's for the 50% off sale. So whenever there's a flash sale or margin 50% off sale, I always buy in bulk. At some point, I'm going to do a couple video series of me just kind of going through all the Criterions that I have as of now, and kind of working my way up to being Criterion complete. I have this whole wall back here filled, and then I have some more on the side over here. So at some point, I'm going to do a video on that. But yeah, that's this week's update. Like I said, I only got one film this week, and it's actually a milestone film, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.